Hello, welcome back to a reading with me. My name is Miss Divine here at Masterful Divine Feminine 333. This reading is intended for any divine masculine who is going through an awakening, or for any divine feminine who is awakening their inner divine masculine, and also for any divine feminine who may want to check in on their divine masculine's awakening. So initially, I decided to pre shuffle the deck and I pulled out this affirmation card. And it says, I am resilient and can overcome the toughest times. So, for any of you that are going through an awakening or have already been through an awakening, you know that resilience is a key factor in dealing with all of the ups and downs and the emotions that come with an awakening, right? That comes with a shakeup of your beliefs. Sometimes these awakenings, if you resonate with a twin flame journey, usually occur if you're going through a separation with your counterpart. Um, you may feel like your closest friends and family members don't understand what you're really going through, and you're having a hard time resonating with the advice that that they're giving you. And sometimes you like start to look things up online, and then you may come across tarot, you may come across things like divine masculine, divine feminine, you may come across things like twin flame, and then you begin watching videos and maybe even getting a few psychic readings to help you understand the heavy emotions that are coming up and that are being processed. Oftentimes these are past wounds. They could also be past life wounds and and trauma that is coming up to be healed, right? To be worked through, to be healed. You may consider therapy, and it may or may not be effective. Again, like tarot, oracle cards, these readings are like to never substitute for professional and legal advice. But I know that at one point when I was in therapy during one of my awakenings about 3 years ago, I couldn't connect with the therapist, and there were useful things like learning about different attachment styles. There were different practices that were helpful, but overall, my therapist really couldn't connect with the spiritual journey that I was going on. And at times I did need to isolate, and sometimes, she would give me homework assignments that I needed to do. And sometimes I just needed a break because the awakening journey can be over consuming. And now I got my therapist giving me assignments. Like, I just wanted to stop all of the mental chatter. And I ended up not responding to her at one point, or something happened, and she basically like flipped out on me, and I'm like, well, this isn't professional. So I'm not condemning therapy in any type of way. It just goes to show that sometimes when you are going through these really powerful spiritual awakenings, it can be challenging to find the right support, right? So there's that. And then with like resilient being here, I remember one time talking to my friend, and I was like, I hate the word resilient. I hate the word resilient. Like, I no longer want to be in a situation where I have to be resilient. I just want to be. I just want to be. So I think it is fitting that this card came out. I shuffled it and it came out. And it's so important that you you understand the importance of remembering that you are resilient and that you can overcome the toughest times, because often with spiritual awakenings, you may not always feel like it's you're going to get through it, right? You may feel pretty stuck. I'm shuffling this deck. So this deck is the Egyptian oracle card. So if some of you have done past life meditations, you may resonate with Egypt. You may find that you were in a past life. I almost forgot that I also pre-shuffled one of these cards, and it's Ra's. So this also came out for you in the pre-shuffle, Ra, and Ra's vitality guidance says, infuse your life with vitality, engage in activities that boost your energy and enthusiasm, prioritize your physical health and well-being to maintain high energy levels. So often when you're going through a spiritual awakening, like you may not want to do anything, you may not want to exercise, you may not be eating, you may not be doing anything to help like release all of these like it's a lot. It's a lot of energy that you have to release during a spiritual awakening, forever how long it lasts. And so this card is reminding you to boost your energy by prioritizing your physical health. So like earlier today, I was I was feeling a little bit nostalgic about a counterpart, and I felt I felt low. My vitality was pretty low, and after I watched the movie, I finished cooked, and then I started to exercise. I started to play some really nice upbeat music and dance, and then I worked out, and it helped. It helped brought my energy level up so I can actually come and give this reading. So all of the ancient Egypt, all of the people that we're going to talk about in this ancient Egyptian oracle deck are all Egyptian gods, and Ra was the Egyptian god of the sun and was believed to be the creator of humans and other gods. He was a major part of ancient Egyptian religion, creating the earth, sky, underworld, seasons, plants, animals, and humankind, ruling over the sky, earth, and underworld, being associated with light, warmth, and growth, being believed to have the power to control the sky, weather, life, and death. Right? Like that, those are like really major things, like the being in control of life and death, weather, and the sky. Like you can decide when it's time to rain and when it's time for the sun to come out to help, nourish the crops, to help bring food, to give life. It's like you're the Egyptian god of sun. Like it's almost like you're the god of life, often depicted as a man with the head of a falcon, sometimes depicted as the physical sun itself. So I like that Ra was your card that came out in the pre-shuffle, because Ra, being the Egyptian god of sun, the sun as we know in tarot is is the card of like awakening, is the card of life and new beginnings and bright ideas. So with this card coming out, it definitely confirms that you are going through a spiritual awakening. So let's get more of these um, Egyptian cards, and then I think we'll probably get some tarot as well. Earlier, I went online to make sure I pronounced all of these names correctly, so forgive me. I think we'll leave it there at 3, and maybe I'll get another one. So the first one we got is Osiris. So Osiris, reflection guidance. Reflect on your progress and experiences. Take time to renew your achievements and lessons learned. Use the reflection to adjust your plans and strategies moving forward. Now let's see who and what Osiris was the god of. In ancient Egypt, Osiris was the god of the underworld, fertility, agriculture, and resurrection. He was also the chief judge of the afterlife. Osiris was a king of Egypt who was murdered by his brother Seth. Isis, Osiris' wife and sister, found all of the body parts except his phallus, which was swallowed by a fish. Isis used magic to restore Osiris' life, and he became the ruler of the underworld. Osiris and his son Horus were often depicted together in art. Osiris was often depicted as a green-skinned pharaoh with a false beard and a crook and phallus. I'm not sure what that is. I have to look that up later. His body was wrapped like a mummy, which was a model for mummifying important people in Egypt. Osiris symbolized hope for an eternal life. Osiris was originally a local god but became one of the most important gods in Egypt. He was often included in the decoration of Egyptian tombs. So reflect on your progress and experience. Take time to review your achievements and lessons learned. Use this reflection to adjust your plans and strategies moving forward. Osiris is giving big like afterlife, past life energy, and you've learned lessons in every lifetime, right? So with your sister, Isis using what did she use? What did they say that she used? She used magic to bring you back into life. Like you came back into this life and you're in Egypt as this god of the underworld. So right now in this lifetime, as you're going through this awakening, there's so much progress that you have made in all of your lifetimes, including in this one. And so Osiris guidance is to remind you to pause and reflect and review on all of the progress and the achievements and the lessons that you've learned, right? And then use those lessons to adjust plans and strategies moving forward. So maybe instead of like taking another big step when you're feeling a bit uncertain, maybe a great exercise is to possibly like journal if you're feeling okay and comfortable to it, because I know awakening energy can be quite intense, but it's giving like, why don't you maybe write down some of the things that you've learned, right? Some of the lessons that you've learned, and the progress that you've made, and how they are aligning with moving forward and plans that you have for the future. Like how can you fit these lessons, and how can these lessons shape plans that you have for the future? So the next one we have is Sobek. So Sobek's balance guidance is strive for balance in your daily life. Manage time and energy effectively to avoid burnout. Incorporate both work and relaxation into your routine for overall well-being. So balancing work and play, right? And sometimes not just work and play, but work and rest, making sure that you're making time for rest, making sure that you're not burning yourself out, that you're not on overdrive. Sometimes during your spiritual awakening, especially for divine masculines, you may want to avoid the emotions and avoid the feelings. So you may work a lot more, you may take on additional tasks, you may essentially burn yourself out. And Sobek's balance guidance card is reminding you to balance your daily life, right? Like every day, not like I'll work 5 days this week and then, I'll work Monday through Friday like crazy. And then on Saturday I'll sleep. No, you're going to be burnt out. So the point is to avoid all of that. And you know what I love about this is the pyramids, right? And it's reminding me of peaks and valleys in a mountain. So throughout your day, there has to be bursts of like energy and giving and work because you have to. But then there also has to be moments of rest during your day, however much you can fit in. So Sobek is an ancient Egyptian crocodile god associated with the Nile River and water. He is depicted as a human with a crocodile head and is known for his swiftness. Sobek was a local deity, I can never pronounce that word correctly, I apologize, who became a prominent god in the Old Kingdom, and his cult reached its peak during the Middle Kingdom. Lord of crocodiles, protector, and creator. Sobek was associated with fertility and military prowess. He was also invoked for protection from the Nile's danger. Some sects believe he created the Nile and order from chaos. Sobek was unpredictable and associated with chaos despite bringing order from it. The ancient Egyptians worshipped Sobek to appease him and the Nile crocodiles. Sobek is one of the oldest deities in Egyptian hieroglyphs and appears in the pyramid text. He first appeared on a ceiling during the reign of King Narmer, the first king of the dynasty. Hmm. Sobek was an Egyptian god associated with the Nile River for fertility, strength, protection, and royalty. He was often depicted as a crocodile headed. Interesting. Sobek was associated with strength and power because of the crocodile's physical attributes. So, this message is interesting because of the crocodile attributes, Sobek was associated with strength and power, but was he naturally did he actually have strength and power, right? Was it a mask that he was wearing? And I think with this card coming talking about balance is that you may feel the need to go through your daily routines acting as if everything is perfect, you have everything together, but you may necessarily do not. And so this card is asking you to, again, find that balance and rest. Okay, so Horus, visionary guidance. Develop a visionary mindset. Set long term goals and create a strategic plan to achieve them. Embrace innovation and look beyond immediate challenges. So, a great way to also overcome the stuckness, the frustration of a spiritual awakening is to think ahead, believe it or not, is to plan ahead about what it is that you want, right? Is to see yourself in the future. Is to think about how you want to show up for yourself, where you see yourself in 6 months, like plans you may have for yourself, your birthday, I don't know, going to a concert, but it could be anything as small as maybe like what you want to have for dinner to like big picture thinking where you see yourself in 5 years. So creating a vision board. Creating a vision board is so helpful, especially to help you manifest and go through the emotions of a spiritual awakening. In Egyptian mythology, Horus is the sky god, a protector, and a pharaoh. He is often depicted as a falcon or a man with the head of a falcon. Horus is the son of Osiris. So we remember Osiris, right? And Isis. He is associated with the sun and the moon. So twin flame energy is coming through. He is a protector god who fought evil. He is a symbol of justice and righteousness. He is also associated with war and hunting. Horus fought his uncle Seth to avenge his father's murder. Horus won the throne of Egypt, but Seth mutilated his eye. The god Thor healed Horus's eye. The restored eye became a powerful amulet called the Eye of Horus. Horus is one of the most powerful of the Egyptian gods. He is often considered the ancient Egyptian patron. Pharaohs were often considered the living manifestation of Horus. Huh. So the Eye of Horus comes from Horus having his eye restored after Seth mutilated his eye. So Thor healed Horus's eye. And the eye of Horus is very prominent in Egypt. So that's beautiful. Wow, it's I almost lost the message for a second, but yeah, so the eye of Horus, so like um possibly doing some third eye cleansing can definitely help you at this time. So with masculine energy, you're very dominant in the lower half of the chakra, so maybe like sacral, sacral, solar plexus, and root chakra. And oftentimes, like during the awakening, well, you're definitely called to ground those lower chakras and balance them, but you're also awakening the throat, the third eye, and the crown chakra. So this allows you to tap more into the spiritual aspects of the awakening and not being so focused on like the immediate challenges. That's really nice. Okay, let's see if we can get one more. We got we got more than one more. We got too many more. Okay, Horus came out again with leadership guidance. Step into a leadership role with confidence. Take charge of a situation and guide others with clarity and purpose. Lead by example, inspire those around you. So if some of you play a sport and maybe you wanna step up your role on the team, or if you're a coach, like it's good for you, and continue doing that. For others of you that want to take on, like, this is very sexy, by the way, Horus. For any of you that want to take on a leadership role, or you haven't thought about it, this is definitely guiding you to do so. Like you are a leader, you are a protector, right? So this the beautiful divine masculine energy of strength and power and leadership is awakening, right? So as you balance those root chakras, which usually would have caused you to have, like, unfulfilling um flings and hookups and things like that, as you balance that out and work on your self-worth, and not just giving your body just for the sake of it, and you awaken your third eye chakra, your crown chakra, your throat chakra. Like that's why like journaling is so important. um Thinking about your long-term goals during the day, if your time is limited for those daily practices of Subek's balance guidance. So Subek was the god of the Nile and water. So if you are drinking water, like I'm having some coconut water right now because I'm severely dehydrated. But if you're drinking coconut water or any other sort of water, alkaline water, I don't know why I said any other sort of water. There aren't that many variations. The point is, with drinking water, you can also do this great cleanse by drinking the water with the intent of clearing out what no longer serves you. So you can say what affirmations that come to you at that time as you're drinking this water. You wake up and you have a glass of water and you ask for the water to cleanse all of your waste, so you can start the day nice and fresh. You're drinking in wisdom and guidance throughout your day. Clarity is so important when you're going through an awakening, because sometimes people aren't always understanding you, and it's important that you understand you. So as you drink that water with a specific intent that comes to you at that time. Set that intention and drink the water, right? Also, another great thing to do is like during, I think it's the new moon that's coming out, you can do like moon water. So you fill a bottle of water, whatever you like, and you place that outside during the new moon of whatever it is that you are releasing, right? So you set the intentions, you meditate over the water, and you set that water outside under the moonlight. Clearing your energy, cleansing your energy as much as possible during an awakening is definitely something that will continue to help you. I think a divine masculine awakening is such a beautiful and a sexy thing, right? Because you've always been this leader. You've always like fought so many battles. Like all of everyone here that's on the deck has been wounded and has been restored, right? Osiris was brought back to life by magic, right? Horus' eye was restored by um, by his uncle. So you've lost so much in your past life, but you've continuously um, awakened to a a greater version of yourself. And as you're now in this current life and you're going through this awakening, you may have lost sight of all of this. So these messages are here to like help you remember that. So we're getting some tarot now. So we have the Queen of Swords, and then we'll probably get we will get a an affirmation for you. So we have the Queen of Swords, and we have the Nine of Cups, and we have the Two of Wands. And I love this Two of Wands because it's about planning, expecting results, progress, decisions, discovery, leaving home. So it's taking the fears and the stuck energy that we experience during a spiritual awakening and focusing on like the progress and the planning, which was whose guidance again? Horus visionary guidance, right? And then we have the Nine of Cups here in the middle, happiness, satisfaction, emotional stability, comfort, and confidence. And this is what you want. And at this time, this may be just something you have within yourself. And you're okay with that, meaning that you may not necessarily be in a connection, or you may be just choosing to isolate yourself, but not like hermit mode, but just choose to love on yourself a bit more before you step into a romantic connection. And then we have Queen of Swords, intelligent, which you are, perceptive, independent, clear boundaries, clear minded, and direct communication. And I talked about earlier that clarity is so important to have during a spiritual awakening. And with the Queen of Swords, you're definitely coming into this state of balance of being clear minded, so you can set clear boundaries and you can have like the correct communication, and that you're not feeling guilty for what you're saying and what you're feeling, because you know that it's best for you, you know that it's best for the situation, and really the priority is you. So setting those boundaries um, is quite critical, especially if you're releasing people from your past, if you're releasing a lot of things from your past. Setting those boundaries, but you have to come from a place of being clear minded. And then the Tower, right? Because so some of these people that you're releasing aren't going to love it too much. Shaking foundations, revelation, unwanted change, upheaval, disaster, violence, chaos. And for many of you masculines, like you may feel like you don't want this change, and this is where like you need to push through. This is where you need to push through. You are here. If you're watching this reading, if you stay watching this reading, um, you want to push through. And if you're feminine watching for your masculine wants to push through. It's just, it can be difficult. They can feel like this is a change that they don't want, especially if they've died so many times in their past life in such brutal ways. They just don't sometimes just want to feel that pain anymore. Page of Wands, inspiration, naive, discovery, limitless potential, enthusiastic, excitement, freedom. And then Two of Cups, unified love, partnership, balance, attraction, start of a new relationship, proposal, marriage. And I think this is what you want. I definitely know that this is what you want. Some of you can be in a same-sex relationship with another man. And You want that. You want it's the greatest deck of it's the greatest like energy of love, the Two of Cups. You want to start over. You want to start over, you want to be free, and that's why having that visionary mindset is important in helping you get through well, not get through, but awaken. It's really nothing to get through. It's simply to awaken. And Knight of Wands, energy, passion, lust, inspired action, adventure, fearless, impulsiveness. So this is interesting, right? Because with your energy at times you can be quite impulsive, and maybe this is where you're still struggling, right? Maybe you still are having some lustful desires, and that could be where you are still struggling. But at the same time, it could also just be you being impulsive in the right direction, right? Being fearless and releasing the things that no longer serve you and taking a step towards the thing that you've actually been blocking out. So the thing that you've been blocking out is what's slowing down your awakening. So I read something today about we get what we want in life at what was it? At basically at the rate that we surrender. So if you have a challenging time to surrender and it's taking you a bit of a while, it's also going to take a bit of a while for that thing to come in. So there's a really significant correlation between surrendering, truly surrendering, and your manifestations coming through. And here is your affirmation. So for those moments during your day when you're wanting to find the balance, the affirmations can be something that you use to help you find the balance, or just use the affirmations at any point. You got two. Okay. So you got, I know that I am the only person who can bring forth the creativity that lives in my body. I am magic. So there's this great reminder to move your body, to use your skills to create something, because you are magic. And I know that pure joy is a result of being in alignment with my soul. I am true to myself, the very essence of a twin flame. Wow, why am I saying twin flame journey? Well, that and the very essence of a spiritual awakening is to be true to yourself. And that's what this awakening is trying to help you evolve into, is being true to yourself. So thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this reading, my beautiful divine masculines. I am proud of you. I am very proud of you, and continue to go the good work, and we will talk soon.